All right. Day number, whatever this is now. Well, whatever the day is, there are more speeches to be had, more to listen to, more to consider, more policies to quabble. That's not a word. I like the word quabble, though. I think it's. Hmm. Well, in any case, we've all seen. We know what my policy list, isn't it? Taking care of you. And the ladies and gentlemen upstairs as well. There's so much to think about. So much to. Oh, here's something I've done. This here is something I'm very excited for because all the way at the bottom is. Oh, there's two directions. But do you see down there? That's right. Amethyst. As far as the eye can see, there's precious gems. This is the treasure I came here to find. And who knows what else is this way, where the stone becomes compressed over centuries, upon millennia, upon eons of geological processes which create all kinds of fascinating new formations. I can't wait to catalog every single one of them. Now this is the exploration I was hoping for. Well, the going down part, not necessarily the coming back up half of things. All this granite. Granite, that is a... There is sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. I was going to say metamorphosis, but that's what butterflies do. Something metamorpha, because it changes its very structure over millions and millions of years of pressure. You know, a little bit of danger, a little bit of tension. It's good for the soul, I think. And speaking of danger and tension, I suppose it's time to head off to... Do I have everything I need? Yes, I do. I would rather not have to wear the armor just yet. Here's to hoping I don't need to. I love these shoes, though. They are extremely comfortable. Am I coming to the right place? Oh, yes, I am.
Yippee!
Woo!
Yeah.
Take a pie.
I love pot.
Condor, get up.
Siren, are you saying stuff? Because if yes, I can't hear
Thank
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. Is Siren saying anything? I can't hear them.
I hate life, anyways.
That's kind of emo, bro.
Okay, I can hear you now. You're good.
So, last time, I was asked a couple questions, a couple very, very insightful questions, I feel, about my stance on laws, and, should they exist? Should they not? And I had some answers, but now I have some more concrete answers, some more actual answers that I actually thought of and wrote down. So, laws. So, we've been having a couple thieves, a couple, do wrongins, some wrongins on the server. Oh, I'm planning, there he is, and the dog, okay. Anyway, so nice of you to join us.
Murdoch's back.
Hey, well,
Woo! Hi, Murdoch.
I told you I'd take like 2 minutes.
So I want to
That's
address two different issues: thievery and murder, specifically murder of pets, because I feel like that's on a bit of its own level, you know? It's not murder of any of us, like a sentient being who can come back and punish them, but of like an innocent creature that will just be gone forever and whose well-being is in the hands of someone else. So, for thievery, I propose is that we have the person who stole turn back what they've stolen, and if they've used that already, then they'll have to make a new version to replace it. You know, like replant someone's garden or give someone a new pickaxe for what they stole. And if that had enchantments, they will have to enchant it as well with their own levels and own laps, own books, own whatever. You know, it's on them. You know, they stole the thing. They are gonna know what they have to do. That way, that even if some people are who have a lot of resources are like, I can probably get away with doing this because I can just replace it. In that case, yes, there may be thievery, but everybody wins because they get what they wanted. You get your pickaxe back, or your sword, or whatever, you know? And as for murder, now I don't want to believe that anyone here would do such a thing, right? You know, the fact of the matter is, you would just come back from, getting killed, all that, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still pretty bad. You know, it hurts like a bitch. We've all been there. Here's the thing: for both murder and pet murder, I think it's similar punishment. Someone is able to know your pet, then they have to do whatever you say for about, say, a day. Except you cannot make this person either be exiled for like the rest of the time, and you can't make them, die by any which way. But they have to do whatever you ask them to, whatever chores, whatever building tasks, redstone,
Interesting.
mops, whatever you need. They're gonna do that for you, and they cannot say no. You know, because they
Okay.
that's serious. It's very painful. And same thing for if they kill you, but a little more. For someone like straight up dying, that will be extended to about a week. And as for my third point, which doesn't actually have to do with any crimes or laws, notice that a few of us live a bit further away than others and can, be a bit of a hassle to run back and forth. And I've heard a couple people request this before, so I was thinking we should make a big railroad that goes in between the major locations of the server. If someone's house is too far away, then we can just the railroad. We can also build it different biomes, like to the sea, so that we can more easily get resources. I know there's something about to that, but also if we want to go far off and find some more unique locales, get out there potentially. You know? I think it would be a good way to both connect our community and make sure we're all easily accessible to each other, and also to make sure that we are getting the most out of this land, out of this area, and the summer plains, or the sun plains. Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
The punishment for murder, either of a fellow citizen or of a pet, do you think a day of service or even a week of service is really enough?
That's the thing, is it may never be enough, and maybe all you want that person to do is just leave you alone, right? Because they've done a horrible thing to you. You probably don't want to see their face, any of that, but that's what you want, then that's what they'll have to do too. You can keep them away from you for the foreseeable future, and if they do not do that, the rest of the community will be there to enforce that, you know? Pretty awful thing to do, someone.
question. How do you enforce someone who is lying? Let's say you have an enchanted netherite sword. What makes you say that I come up and say, well, I had an enchanted netherite sword and they stole it? How do you know that person is lying?
That's a very good question. I think it will depend on the person and the circumstances. In some circumstances, it could be very obvious they're lying, and in others it couldn't. But I think a good way to tell would one to let mayor or whoever is in the city council look through their stuff, and then two, they'll have like a put the person who is under question in a sort of um room where they a little stabs to see what items they had on them, and everything will be returned unless something is found on you that was stolen.
Wait. So, I have a question. Okay, so
Yeah.
would you say you do if they have it if they're keeping something on them, and they're saying they don't have it, like it's not in chests, it's in their inventory. What would you do then?
Yeah. So if it's not in their chest, uh, then we see what's on them, like physically, like we do a search and stuff.
I
And how
heard
would
a
you
lot
search
of
them?
stabbing involved. Is that correct?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they don't,
Not actual
if they don't,
stab, but
I mean
no.
they can say they don't have it and then not drop it, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have a full inventory all
No,
the
I'm
time.
not.
What if they have it in an ender chest?
No, I'm saying like we'd. Okay, there's no easy way around this. We would kind of have to kill them a little to make sure they drop their inventory, but it wouldn't be like a permanent death. It would just be, uh, they would just lose their levels and they just come back. They'd be fine.
So you're the one saying that you want to give harsh punishments for murder, but then you're willing to murder over some stolen items.
Uh, See, here's the thing. If people comply and people just say, that's the thing. There needs to be a strong incentive for people to turn over their items, because if the threat isn't severe enough, then they're just gonna get away with it and not do it.
So I feel like as it stands now, your idea of punishment for thievery is much harsher than the punishment for murder. I feel like you haven't quite made a strong enough
I
punishment for
agree.
murder.
I agree. Objects
That
are
that
replaceable. The earth can provide for anything if you are willing to be patient and
Exactly.
nurture it.
But
But lives
people and
lives
animals
don't come back.
aren't as replaceable.
Uh,
so
Woo!
I'm gonna be real about this one. What are we supposed to be talking about this for this speech? Just like more about.
Yeah, just
Like,
more
okay.
whatever you feel the need to talk about.
Okay, so first, uh, uh, I hold on, I'm prepared. So, as I stated before, we should make a jail. For the people who do bad things like murder or like uh, like blowing someone's house up, right? Probably for stealing, and it depends. We can replace things. It's fairly easy. For higher level things like enchanted netherite, that's more of a challenge, and I think that's good. So, yeah. So prison for griefing, it kind of, and murder, yeah. But replace what you stole. And I think that as someone, hold on, wait, I'm bad at wording. So I think as someone who loves dogs and animals, we should build not graves but monuments for the ones we have lost, like Dragonfly's horse and Bartholomew Jeremiah the Toothed, beloved dog,
Oh,
because they deserve more than just like 2 pieces of stone and a sign, you know?
Yeah.
So I say, for people and animals, both deserve something more than just a tiny little grave. Yeah. And I believe I said this before, but I will be implementing taxes. They will not be large amounts, like, if anything, the highest amount will be a diamond, but that's it. And they will all go directly towards helping to better the community, making builds, employing people, stuff like that, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions?
seems reasonable
What
enough.
if you are
You-
poor,
Huh?
like me? What if you are poor, like me?
I only have
Um,
a single diamond.
I have
Well,
0 diamonds.
we'll see. Again, I said the highest will be a diamond. Might not even get to that point. Probably just some iron. But you know, there's always mining and also possibly loans.
I
Okay.
think if
Oh,
everyone
you have predatory business practices. Wow.
How do you plan to
Why
enforce
does
that?
no,
You
he's going
yourself?
up on the stage?
Why are you
going up on the stage?
Noble,
Why are you up here? Go
Noble,
sit down.
the stage is for
oh,
politicians
I
and
think
Candidates only.
I think
Sit down.
oh,
I got a
I
question.
care not for Root to
Why are you
receive
coming up to
them.
sit? Go
I'm
sit down.
only
Why is everyone
your
going on the
bodyguard, right,
stage?
Sammy?
Off the
Sammy,
stage, please. Please, off the stage.
Guys.
Off the stage.
I'm only your bodyguard, right? I don't have to protect him.
Yeah, only mine.
Oh, okay.
Um,
if
When
I
it comes to taxes, how would you actually like calculate how much each person has to pay?
you know, I don't know yet. Still figuring that out. But it will be sorted out in the future, probably by next speech. You know,
if I
I'm
may,
not. Yeah.
I think that the idea of everyone giving what they can and getting what they need is a good one, at least in theory. You know, to each according to need, from each according to ability. I should write that down somewhere, actually. You should write that down. It was your idea, after all.
True. Any more questions?
How do we know you're not spending? How do we know you're spending all of it instead of keeping some of it for yourself?
Well, I mean, what? Oh, never mind. You won't per se.
We need
there's
someone
one-
else to watch you, and it has to be all in a checks and balance system. So well, not everyone, but at least some levels of power. So someone who holds power over you, but you still hold power over them, so you can check each other. However, if you two get into collaboration, it's a whole mess about this tax thing you want to do.
You know,
Oh, yeah, and loans.
Yeah,
I don't think putting people into debt's a good idea.
Yeah.
that's true.
We probably need someone to keep track of the taxes rather than just you.
Okay. How
So-
about what?
Should we have elections for other positions then? For bookkeepers and enforcers and judges and all of those sorts? Instead of just one person?
I think the mayor can
Holding
decide
elections
that.
for every single job position would take a very long time.
Yeah, that would just be hiring, not election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
hiring, yeah.
But you know, you're right. You guys are right. Maybe taxes isn't like the best idea. So what about instead of taxes, it's anyone who wants to donate in terms of a project or a cause can do so if they are so willing.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
Voluntary exchanges. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, like charities.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Charities.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That makes sense.
Any other questions?
Not for me.
No?
No.
Then, Jam, I do believe it is your turn.
Thank you.
I love your ideas. Thank you. The monuments. I really appreciate that.
All right. Hello, everyone. We don't have as big of an audience as we did last time. About the same size visually, though. Anyways, today, last time I didn't really, get a chance to answer any questions about my ideas or, build much upon them because it's just sort of an introductory speech. So today, the main thing I wanted to do was just take any suggestions or questions from the audience because I want this land to be community-based. I want us to be able to come together as one community and work together and be able to take each other's ideas into consideration. So, if anyone has any ideas that they think should be implemented or should at least be heard out, or if they have any questions about anything I talked about last time, I would love to hear it.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember much of what you said last time.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, basically, the gist of it was, laws, punishments, that sort of thing, and exile being one of those punishments, which I know not everyone is keen on, but, I also talked about opening an all pets park and a suggestions booth. So those were the main things, big things.
Let's see.
Where would the All Pets Park be? There are some
Yeah,
dangerous places.
I haven't really thought about that. Probably closer to the community, where people can keep an eye on it and, keep their pets safe and stay close by. Near houses and, in the big part of the community where everyone is around most of the time. That way we could keep all the animals safe and enclosed and not have to worry about other mobs attacking them.
That's reasonable.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so for the suggestion box, I don't really know. We won't see until we actually make it, but there's ends up being a lot of suggestions. How what would be the order of importance to address them in?
I think probably if it's something that is currently and directly affecting the community in a negative way, then that should probably be addressed immediately. And suggestions that are more just ideas for buildings or, hold on one second.
Well,
Ideas
I
for
quite
buildings
like the rain.
ideas for other ways to, that kind of thing, in that same vein. So I think order of importance would be,
I think the lives and safety of people and other living precious creatures should likely come first.
yes, I agree. Lives of
Wait.
people and safety of the community, lives of people and animals and safety of the community should always come first.
When it comes to dealing with crime, such as stealing and murder, for example, which have been everyone's main 2 points, well, what do you plan to do with it?
Well, as for theft, I do like the idea of the person who stole having to give back the items they stole or remake the items they stole. As for murder, which I feel is especially murder of animals or murder in general, is a much harsher crime. I like to think. I mean, it really comes down to the individual moral compass. But in my mind, murder is much worse than stealing. But So I think probably, as I suggested last time, my main thing would just be exiling those who have harmed the community or made the community worse in some way, be that by murder. I don't think that would apply to theft, at least not usually, but for crimes like murder, I think it would. Any other questions? Or ideas?
What system would there be for those who have been exiled? 1, how would we ensure that they do not return? 2, what would be the consequences if they do? And 3, under what circumstances would these individuals be permitted to rejoin the community?
These are all very good questions. I haven't actually had much of a chance to think about any of that. I think probably being permitted to come back depends on the crime, of course. There are some crimes that are completely unforgivable and that you'll never be allowed to come back from. But I think murder, especially if the person you took a life from, or if a person you took a life from, or if you took a life of one of their friends or their pets, like their pets, if they forgive you and they're like, hey, it's fine if this person comes back, then I see no reason why they shouldn't be allowed to come back, as long as they have learned, not to be mean, not to be evil. As for keeping people out, I'm not...
Question.
Sorry, what?
You're not? Oh. So, what would be these crimes that would, besides murder, that would keep someone out, indefinitely?
I'll have to think on that one a little bit. I'll have to think on that, because there are some crimes that are,
Yeah.
definitely, worse
Probably
than
torture.
others. Yes, torture, that's a big one. Definitely not coming back from that. Depends on the crime. Really, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Thank you for asking me that question, actually. That's very important. I will take that into consideration.
Oh, also, you said this all animals park will be for all living animals, right?
Yes.
What about that? Does that mean that can't go?
No, he can come too.
Yay.
Oh,
This is
he's
contradictory,
a
but
sweet
alright.
horse. He's not a
Well, I
threat.
think-
He's undead, not dead.
Yeah, he's
My main
undead.
worry is that like some animals do try to eat others on like instinct, so
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking maybe we could split it into maybe 2 sections, but keep it in the same vein. Like we have a section for big animals and a section for small animals.
Yeah.
And if you have a pet who is often violent with other animals, just don't bring them.
Yeah, like a cat and a chicken would not go well together.
Right.
But a tamed
So-
wolf and a sheep, that should be fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it really depends on whether or not you think it will be safe to, bring your animal around other animals. This is definitely a thunderstorm.
Oh dear.
I haven't been seeing like any actual clouds forming other than the dark sky. Also, has the
There-
server been set to always day? Because like the
Adam-
sun keeps
I don't know.
But it's something with like the whole Java Bedrock crossplay, and like anyone on Bedrock can't see the rain for some reason. Like I know it's raining because my dog will start shaking with water, but like
Yeah.
it's in the dark. But like you don't see the actual rain, and then like I'm not sure about the nighttime thing. I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
rain
sure
at night.
either.
No,
It hasn't been
no, it
night for a
turns-
while.
Yeah, it keeps
but-
just teleporting back over there for sunrise again instead of
Yeah.
setting.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
it's very weird.
I think it's just that it's raining at night continuously.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
since
And every time you reset it, it turns into day.
Maybe
No,
you just
but
need to not reset it for a second.
Smiley and I went mining the other day off recording it. Oh,
Here we go.
yay!
Oh.
Yay!
And there was no night then either, so I'm not sure what it was.
yeah.
Well, maybe this will fix it.
Yeah,
Maybe. I'll stop resetting the rain. Maybe that's the problem.
maybe.
It just gets annoying.
Okay,
But-
back
but
in
for the-
character, guys.
Back in character. 3,
War
2,
mode,
1.
war mode.
Penguins.
What?
All right. Well, if anyone else has any questions, or suggestions, or ideas, or anything like that, I do have one other thing I want to talk about before I end my speech. But I want to take any suggestions, any questions first.
Where would you be exiling people to?
Yeah, I guess there isn't really like an outside of the community, huh? Because we all kind of just built our houses wherever we wanted. I think maybe there is sort of like a limit, you know, like a border to where you get too far away from the spawn, you know, and there's nothing out there. So I think it would really depend. Maybe we could have different areas outside of towns and away from houses, you know, where people are exiled to, and they have to fend for themselves. Yes. I'll think about it a little bit more.
What are you gonna pay your bodyguards?
Good
Surely you're
question.
gonna. Surely for their probably, maybe only job, you're gonna have to give them some type of monetary value, right? Or-
Well,
He's made it clear I'm not getting paid.
Ah,
You're
interesting.
getting paid in compliments and love and affection, right? At least.
Unfortunately.
So you're not gonna give them anything to be able to sustain their own lives?
At the moment,
They-
I am very broke.
They said they
I
wouldn't
don't
break
have-
it. He said he wouldn't break into my house anymore, and I do appreciate that. But he made it clear I also didn't really have a choice in the matter, so.
Oh, you're
That's
being
not.
forced.
That's unethical. That's
You
I
do
very
have a
don't-
choice.
unethical.
You could leave right now if you wanted to. I'm not like forcing you to stay here.
If I do, you'll just break into my house.
Well, yeah, because that's the trade-off we made.
And I would like it
Anyways.
if you didn't, so I'm just staying here.
At the moment, I'm very
So you're-
broke,
so
so I
you're-
don't really have any way to pay anyone anything.
But so you're blackmailing them. If they don't help you, then you break into their house. Correct?
I really don't care either way. You don't have to, like.
See, it's not a big
Protect
deal.
me.
It's not a big deal. It's okay.
Are you?
I'm fine, Dragonfly, okay? I promise.
Okay. If you're sure.
I think I'm gonna stop there.
Oh.
And there you go.
I guess we should leave.
Whoever
that's
Bread
the end of the
2022
speeches?
is, whoever Bread 2022 is, we have a new candidate.
I need to get
Oh,
my
Murdoch.
Condor. Stop being lazy.
What?
Murdoch?
Hello.
Hi.
Ryan?
You're.
Murdoch.
Oh wow.
I
Murdoch.
thought you were.
No.
What?
This
They're-
is a surprise.
What? When did they start
They-
running?
Like yesterday, kind of.
What? So you're joining the second speech. Is that even allowed? Is that
Apparently,
He's running.
I say it's allowed. I say it's fine.
okay?
Why are you
one of the
in charge?
candidates makes the rules. Wow, that
I'm-
is.
I'm not. It just feels weird.
I'm
But
the one who set up the whole thing, so I feel like someone needs to dictate the rules of it.
fair enough.
Okay.
Howdy, my name is Murdoch. I like bread.
Woo!
I'm kind of up here with my dog Condor. He convinced me of it. I
Talk to your-
think I'm a creeper. I can do that.
Okay.
Anyways, I kind of think that everyone should have access to food, namely bread, because it's the easiest thing to make. So, I think that everyone should have access to bread, and amongst other very important things that they should have access to.
Like pie?
Yes, black pie. When it comes to the people, I also think we should probably make the streets a little safer, especially at night, because like go for the people who live in the forest and like over here near the mountains especially, there's a lot of mobs. and people are constantly getting jumped by stuff, and I don't think that's very cool if you're trying to get home.
Oh
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Oh
God.
dear.
Hey, the lightning rods. The lightning rods work.
To punctuate your
good.
point about
Don't
danger,
get burned down again.
That could have been me.
It would have been if you were here like 3 days ago.
Yeah. Sorry, I attract lightning.
I mean, you are a creeper.
Fair enough. I do think we should add some laws though, like no stealing and murder. I'm pretty sure that's consistent amongst everyone who's been running. But I do think it's really important, especially when it comes to like pets and Jesus Christ.
Good
Pets
lord.
and people, because it's not cool. I wouldn't want to be stabbed. It doesn't sound very
Agreed.
fun.
agreed.
I haven't really thought up what punishments to make apart from like for stealing and minor crimes. It's more like a timeout corner, baby jail. And people just kind of sit there for a couple days.
Let's see.
Baby jail.
Well, if theft is oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
Are you sure?
I
Okay,
want
you guys-
to work away from the
It'll be
lightning.
okay. We have a lightning rod. It's not a big deal. It's okay.
Oh, dear.
It's just loud. It's just loud.
Oh dear.
It's okay.
I'm not really sure if it's a good idea, but I do think we should make at least a mandatory sleep schedule. Because we do have a severe phantom issue, and people are consistently getting sick.
Oh, true. From the Phantom Plague, yeah.
Phantom plague.
That is, yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
true. I didn't even
There's
really
ways
think
to
about
cure
that.
Just in
it.
case
There's ways to
everyone
cure
who
it,
died
but,
from
like,
the Phantom Plague.
yeah.
Question. What if people wanna mob grind and they don't have like a mob farm or anything? If we have a like a
I feel like if this is a mob grind, I've noticed like phantoms have a spawning schedule. They like once every 3 nights or something, and then they consistently try to bite people. But I do think people should just like try to sleep at least once every 3 days.
Sir, please. Your prices are way too high for this sort of event. An emerald for a single mushroom? That is disgraceful.
God,
Borderline
wait.
highway robbery, I would say.
My bad. John Waylay, these prices are way too high.
I have been robbed on highways before, and it was nothing compared to this.
Oh, wait, they.
I've
Wait there.
Stabbed on highways before.
You've been stabbed on. What?
Stolen.
Did it hit the grass block or the leaf block? What did I hit?
You hit like right above the leaf block.
Oh dang.
You almost hit the dog.
Oh.
Yep.
Be
Ah,
careful.
dog.
We don't want any accidents, please. We don't want any more pet murders.
I do apologize. Was not aiming for the dog.
A lot.
There we go.
You scared
Very
him.
impressive.
He's shaking. Look at him.
Aww.
What is it? Oh, it's
Poor
probably
thing.
it's probably yeah, it's raining.
Aww. Sweetheart.
Whose
Poor thing.
dog is
I wish I had some meat on me.
Condor? Get
I
off.
only have-
We already went up. Thank you.
If you all will excuse me, I have some things I wanted to take care of at home, but I will return. You know where to find me. Oh dear. Murdoch, actually, that lightning rod that you gave me, I might just need to set it up in my grove because everything
you
there
probably
is
The
wood.
lightning tends to fall hitting trees. It's very misfortunate.
Oh dear.
We can
Oh
talk
dear.
later, Dragonfly.
Yes, Lucky? You huh?
We should talk later.
Yes, I agree. Let's do that. Perhaps this... Oh, whenever the moon begins to rise?
I would like that, yeah. I set up a little place to look at the stars.
That was you?
Yeah,
Ah, and here I just thought the Guardian had manifested this as well. The rain has stopped now. Oh, and I was just about to take you inside. Ought to be quite a change of pace for you, considering people keep breaking into your cave. How is
hopefully
that?
a lot less now that that deal has been made. So far, Jamie hasn't broken into my house, or Riley.
Yes. Has that been working out for you? That agreement?
I mean, it's been fine.
That's good.
It's a different line of work than what I'm normally accustomed
Oh.
to, but
I should introduce you. Please do keep your eyes down as you approach. He is a bit testy with strangers sometimes, but he's wise, and I owe a lot to him.
an Enderman.
That's what people keep telling me he is. But oh dear. But as far as I understand it, Endermen are not very fond of water, and here he is. I think those sorts of idiosyncrasies are quite typical of our kind.
Your kind? You don't have to answer that.
No, it's all right. Well, he's not really an Enderman, and I'm not really. What exactly do I look like?
Fae? It's a type of mythology I've heard of. A fairy creature.
I suppose I do look exactly like what I am then. Oh, hello, Squid. Hi there. See, creatures and plants are attracted to this place. It's what he's chosen as his charge, his sacred home.
So he's an old friend, then.
You could say that.
Mm.
More like a mentor, really. Oh, but I was here to give you a tour, right? It's
I suppose so.
there is not very much exciting here, but I do. Oh no. Oh, I'll just replant these. This happens sometimes. It's all right. And
Lucky for you, plants are quite resilient.
yes, they are. See, this place above here used to be almost entirely barren, just scraggly grass, and now it's this new influx of life. And oh, this is my dear friend Lapis Lazuli.
Hello? Hello, Lapis. I quite like dogs.
She's very friendly. Do you want to feed her?
Sure. I'm afraid I don't have much meat on me at the moment.
I am not the biggest meat eater myself, but she likes it very much.
That's how I am with Gorbel. You picked up the meat.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess you have to throw it again.
here you are.
You picked it up again.
I did? Why does... There, step forward. There you go.
Okay. There we go. We did it. Hello there, Lapis. Yeah.
And now she'll be your best friend forever. She has a very long memory. And
Well, he looks
this...
like a very good dog.
She is. And oh, this is a painting that I got from a library. Oh, when was it? Just a few years ago. It was a gift, you could say, from someone who was studying sculpture and
Wow.
looked for diagrams of how the ancients used to do it. I've heard that in some places they can infuse the sculptures with magic, particularly metals. Those are very conducive to all sorts of things, whatever
That
your
might be
intent
something
is.
worth experimenting with.
Oh, I agree. I agree. And I think it might have something to do with why iron bugs me a little bit. You know, you need it for some things, but it would be nice to have. Oh, but that's why I have been coming down here as well. This was actually a. See, one of the drowned that Siren has been talking about crawled its way through here, and
What are
the.
the drowned, by the way? Everyone seems to know a lot about this world.
Oh, if you haven't had an
Or this
encounter with them yet,
place.
you are very fortunate, my friend.
I may have. I don't know the names.
Yes.
There's no real dictionary for this place.
Hmm. Have you come across any of the zombies on land? Those that look like people, but the skin has gone green and not a natural, healthy shade of green, something that's plagued and the hollow eyes. Well, imagine that, but bloated and waterlogged, and some of them carry tridents that they'll hurl at land dwellers and try to spear them for lunch.
Ooh.
Stay away from the water if you hear a gurgling sound. That's all I can say to warn you.
I will keep that in mind.
Yes. One of them flung a trident all the way here after getting in through the pool. And, well, the guardian held it off for me while I took care of matters, and next thing I know, hole in the wall. And I decided, hey, why not come all the way down here? And so I carved out and found. How much time do you have exactly? This might be a long trip.
I don't have anything going on.
Well, let's try to return to the surface before night falls. Which way? Oh, this way is probably faster. Now, this is something very exciting. I've never seen a geode quite like this before.
Wow.
Is this beautiful or what?
I've never seen anything quite like this.
And you can see where it transitions back to the stone. I just wonder what's beyond there. And I've been carving deeper this way though, and
Yeah, where'd you go?
oh, I'm down here. Do you see
I
me?
didn't notice there was a tunnel here.
Yes, there is. I thought it would be safer than going that way. I'm keeping to a path along the. Yes. But I haven't quite finished what I was carving here. But oh. Oh dear. There goes my pickaxe. Well,
Guess you'll just need to make another.
Guess so. It's a good thing I have another upstairs. Oh dear. Let's head back
Oh, are
up,
you
I
okay?
think. Yes, I'm okay. I just got a bit trapped. It happens sometimes. But it would be. Oh, I don't think I could stand being trapped in a place like that for too long, no matter how beautiful it is.
Being underground isn't that bad.
Well, I think my fear is never being able to leave. never being able to find my way elsewhere. Being, I think I would rather be lost than stuck, if that makes sense.
I understand that. I find comfort in the stars. They remind me of my home.
Where's that?
My home is very, very far. I've been stuck here a while, and I find comfort in seeing something that looks marginally familiar.
Yes. Well, I. Is there a reason you can't go back? Or
No one's
can
come
you?
back for me. I can't quite go on my own. It's it's a type of travel.
Hmm. Well, does it have something to do with the stars? I mean, those are a wonderful navigational tool. But if you're all the way across the sea, then I'm sure we could build a boat large enough if we all put our minds to it. There's plenty of people
It's
here who'd be willing to help.
it's not a type of travel people here know of, or that I even can think you guys can make. It,
Oh,
I don't know if there's even the materials. I I am not from this world, if that makes sense.
do you mean a different dimension? Can we build a portal? Maybe?
No, no, not a different dimension. I mean, not a different plane, just this world.
Oh, so the stars aren't just a guide for you, they are your home. And
Yeah,
that that must be hard in its own way. If there's anything that I can do to make the wait as pleasant as we can make it, then
there's not much anyone can do. I appreciate the offer, I really do. You guys just don't. You all are different from what I know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. This whole world is just very different from what I am accustomed to. And there's not much people can do to help. You don't have the needed technology or
well, sometimes different is nice. I mean, it's unfortunate that you don't really have a choice in the matter from what you've said, but there's a lot of beauty here if you know where to look for it.
there is. I have seen it. I'm not supposed to be alone here.
When, well, when whoever is supposed to come back for you does, I think perhaps some strongly worded letters will be in order.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get demoted anyway. It's fine.
Aw, why would that happen? You've.
Made contact. Sort of like a whole thing. You need to do necessary research before you're able to make contact with races on a different planet, and you have to go through a lot of paperwork and get a group assigned, and a lot of diplomatic stuff. It's not my jurisdiction.
Oh, well, we can all
I'm
pretend
just a
not to know
researcher.
you.
That might work.
I'm a very convincing actress when I want to be. Like, let me try. Let me try. Excuse me. What are you doing here? This grove is this grove is sacred ground. You're not supposed to be treading here without making an introduction to the guardian. Come with me right this instant. He'll decide what to do with you. See? I'm good at
job.
this.
You are.
Why is the sun not going down? I've been timing this every single day, and the one day when we both really wanted to see the stars, the heavens decide to be stubborn.
This whole place is just an anomaly.
You know, sometimes in the far north, the sun won't set for almost all of the day. And then in the winters, well, there aren't really winters here, I don't think. But
From what Jamie told me, this place just doesn't change.
it's
I
strange.
think there are places that do experience the changing of the season further out.
Yes.
If what Jamie says can be trusted.
Well, if you if you don't trust Jamie, first question, if you don't trust him, why are you working with him on an election? And second
He won't.
question, huh?
First answer, he won't leave me alone.
Oh. Seems like a fantastic quality for a leader to have, doesn't it? But the
Who
second...
knows? I'm not voting for him.
Who do you plan to vote for?
Not sure. Murdoch? Maybe?
I think Murdoch would be a decent leader. He's very kind, I will say that.
I'm just voting for anyone who holds my ideals, I suppose? Or doesn't. Or just seems calm.
And
He
what
seems like the least problematic.
I've been actually... Well, you do whatever you believe is best, of course, but I've been speaking to... Well, he never actually told me his name. I don't think he's told anyone his name yet.
Mr. Murder for Hire. That's what I've been calling him.
Well, he's talked a lot about having a change of heart, and I'll admit I was suspicious of that at first too, but I do think he meant it, and I do think that he's willing to listen to people. I know he did for me. He sympathized after we talked about loss and all of that. So I think any murderous tendencies, which I don't even think I got to see firsthand, I think they've been quelled.
I don't know how much I trust him. I've seen leaders like him before in different places. I don't know how much I trust his change of heart.
I think I would much rather have a leader who is honest about his dark past than one who tries to conceal it out of pride.
Oh, no, I get that. It's the timing.
Seems too
This change.
convenient.
Mm-hmm. It's an election. People are willing to lie to get ahead.
That is very Did you just see that?
See what?
Did you just see the sky? The sun was there, and now it's there. What in the world kind of celestial event are we witnessing here?
Uh,
Uh,
well, there's the stars.
uh,
Well,
you were saying something about wanting to stargaze, Lucky?
yeah, guess so.
Isn't it
Do you know
beautiful?
of any constellations here?
Uh,
Oh, geez, I did not mean to hit you. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Constellations. Constellations. Well, different places have different names for them. There is a formation thereabouts that looks something like a serpent coiled on its back, and somewhere far to the north that I've been to used to call it a dragon, whereas others have said it's more like a river. I know that there are some legends that say that river is a path that takes you to, well, it's it was told as a grimmer sort of story, but I actually found it somewhat comforting. Just the idea of floating and not having to ask where you're going. Because
I
you know
guess
that wherever you'll end up is where you're meant to be.
I guess that's one way to look at things. I find more comfort in the known or the soon to be known. I like structure.
A bit of structure is good.
Yeah.
That's what journals are for. That's what, well, the sun rises and the moon rises, and they each set and rise in their own time. And, well, at least they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And
Who knows what's going on here?
what? Oh dear, there is a diseased child trapped in that pit. Oh no. Oh
He'll
no.
be fine.
Oh no. Oh, I think he saw us. Oh, no. Oh dear. I think we've been spotted. Oh no. I think he wants candy. I don't have candy to give him. I don't have candy. I don't have candy. I don't.
Dragonfly, dragonfly, dragonfly. He can't get up here.
But we have to go down there eventually.
We can do that in the morning. Or at least I can do that in the morning, I guess, if you want to leave earlier.
Well, Well, I like it up here.
As do I.
Thank you for building it. It's a really beautiful place.
Oh, no problem.
Have you been on that side of the bridge yet?
I have not. I haven't wandered too far away from
Hmm.
here.
We should go sometime. There's a... Oh, you see that fellow right there? In the small stream?
Is that the drowned?
Yes, that's the drowned.
Huh.
Frightening fellows. Very unfriendly.
Most
Oh.
things here are unfriendly.
Speaking of unfriendly, I believe I just heard... just watch the skies is all. There may be phantoms about.
I have my sword.
I took a good long nap recently, but I don't know that... Well, I don't know how quickly their aggressions will change from one to the other.
Yeah. Perhaps they're not our phantoms.
Perhaps not. Where do you think they come from? I've just seen them swoop down from the sky, and we know they leave some physical traces behind. I have a few membranes actually stowed away. I think they can be used for, well, I don't know what yet, but something.
Yes, I gave a membrane to Proxy as payment for the fire pit.
Hmm. But it does make me wonder what manner of creatures they are. Are they some kind of flying amphibian? Are they... Oh! No! No!
Oh! Goodbye, I guess.
Oh no. Oh
I have
dear.
bread, I'll be fine. Oh, so they are my phantoms.
I didn't hit you, did I? I swung rather...
I don't think so.
I swung rather hard there.
It's fine.
Get behind me! Get behind me!
Well,
On second thought, you
membrane.
have the better sword.
I suppose so.
Oh.
Hey!
I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, it's quite alright. No, you're fine.
Got it! I hit it once at least. All right, come back, you little devil. Oh dear. Was that...
No, it's gone.
Here, take a potato.
Oh.
I have so many potatoes. I've been growing a few by the shore. And...
I've been doing a whole lot of farming in my own cave. I've started growing pumpkins and
Ooh.
carrots.
It just... That was fast. Well, I've done a little bit of studying on stones and minerals, trying to find an alternative to iron that is perhaps easier to find than diamonds are. Because I have
We
not
have a
had
surplus of copper.
I do have quite a bit of copper, but you know, I showed you that geode and I have quite a bit of amethyst as well. And I wondered if you would perhaps like to take a bit?
Sure.
Here you are. And, oh, did you want copper? Because I'm...
Oh, no, I have plenty of copper in the cave by my house.
Ah, I did wish to put this lightning rod up if you want to follow me. I I would hate for any of those bolts to strike a tree and then it's all over again.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is that life comes back eventually, even if it's not the type of life that you asked for. Perhaps
Are you speaking from experience?
uh I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that.
I don't know. It just seemed like you were talking about an event that may have
Well,
happened. You
oh,
you do
I
not have
have
to talk about it if you don't wish to, but that is
I've
just what it seemed.
I've had nothing to complain about in my past, really. It's more what the future holds that worries me sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Of course, I losing Windrunner was hard, but I'm doing everything I can to move on and make sure that doesn't happen again. Um,
I'm sure Windrunner would be proud of you.
Thank you. And I still have these fellows safe and sound. Thank you so much for your time. This was a good talk.
Yeah, but thank you for your time as well. Out of everyone here, I think I would consider you a friend.
Aw, that means a lot. And you've been a great friend too.
I'm glad.
And if there's anything that I could say to you as your friend, it's that keep trying to find the joy in everything, all right? Um, if research is your passion, then if keeping a sense of normalcy helps you, then by all means do so, but don't lose sight of why you fell in love with these things. And there's always something new to find beauty in. Always something new to learn about and discover and maybe get into some trouble with. But
I will certainly do my best.
you have friends here, all right? And if there's anything at all I can do to help, anywhere at all you wish to see, then I would be grateful and proud to be at your side.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, today was a exciting day. A little more laid back than the last few have been, which is always good to see. You know, I think having a bit of a break is good for me. And I do like this place. Oh, but looking at the stars every day, that's going to be, well, every night. The stars aren't exactly there during the day, unless we're including the sun, which is the queen of all stars. or the king, or the monarch. I don't know that a ball of warmth and light has. Ah, that entire concept has always confused me a bit. What do you think, Lapis? I think I've I think I've made the right choice siding with who I've decided to. But if Murdoch's running as well, that does make things a little trickier. I I feel a bit of obligation to him. He's been he's been a great friend as well. And I think he would be a good leader. Oh, but I've made promises already. But just because I'm helping someone doesn't mean that I have to help only that person, right? Lucky was saying that they don't know who to trust, or that they would be more cautious about who they place their trust in. And I wonder if that's only going to hurt them. That's my worry, at least. That they've closed themselves off. But I think I just need to do as much as I can, and if there's a way for them to get home, then I'll help them look for it. I don't really have a home, though. And if I'm being honest, that just the concept is strange and a bit frightening. Mr. I know we haven't had much opportunity to speak directly. I know we've been very come and go, and you are the you are the silent type most of the time, but I needed to ask you, how are you happy here? And how do you know when you found the right place? How do you know you're not making a mistake, that you're not? Have, I think I'm glad you like Lucky, and we talked, and oh, he's just you've brought all my fears back, hearing them talk about how they're stuck in a place that is so many of my fears just came right back, and I. No, 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 no. Today is a happy day. Today is the first truly happy day I've had in a few. So I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. And there's no need for me to think about unpleasant things when there is so much work to be done and so much to. It would be a hypocrite of me not to take my own advice about beauty and joy and all of that. But what about new beauties and new joys? How do you know when it's time to move on? And how do you know when you can't anymore? The stories never prepared me for